Hi everybody, it's Tatiana and I'm coming very quickly, like I promise, very quickly, to share with you the books that I read in the month of March. Why can I say with assurance that this will be very quick? Because I only read 2 books in the month of March, and both of those books were library books, so I read nothing from my personal TBR in the month of March. The first book I read was Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins. I have Breathless by her, and I didn't know at the point when I purchased Breathless from a library book sale for like 50 cents that it was the second book in, I think, what is a trilogy for this group of novels that she wrote. So I wanted to read book 1 first because that's the kind of reader that I am. So I borrowed it from the library, really enjoyed it, and hoped to get to go directly into Breathless. That didn't happen. I expected March to be a slower reading month because I had 2 amazing reading months back to back with January and February. So I expected my reading to slow down a little bit, but it slowed down more than a little bit. It slowed down a lot of bit. So that was one of 2 books that I read. The second book that I read was a novella that was suggested during our #ReadSoLit live show for Unforgivable Love, and it was suggested by the author Sophronia Scott, and that was Our Souls at Night by Kent Haruth. And she said that she read it, enjoyed it, and it's also being adapted as a movie for Netflix. And so I wanted to read it because I was interested in reading something that an author whose work I enjoyed immensely while reading it, enjoyed herself reading. And then because she said Jane Fonda was playing the female lead character in this story. The story is about 2 older, seasoned adults who are both widower, and male-female, and they develop a companionship with each other to help them deal with their feelings of loneliness. It's not approached as this is going to be some kind of clandestine relationship. I am lonely. I think you're lonely too. Why don't we be lonely together and help each other out? And there was really something that was nice and comfortable about the way they related to each other and the things that they assisted each other with as they took this journey together. And as I was reading it, I could really hear Jane Fonda portraying this woman. Like, the woman speaks like other upfront Jane Fonda characters that she's played. So I kind of understood why Jane Fonda was the pick for this character as someone who has watched quite a bit of her stuff. I think Robert Redford is supposed to be playing the male lead. I'm not as acquainted with him as an actor as I am with her. I really think the last thing I saw Robert Redford in, if he was in one of the Bond, or was it Red or Mission Impossible movies, one of those, he played a villain. That's the last thing that I remember seeing him in, and I can't even remember which one it is. So that tells you how much of an impact it made on me. So, but I really enjoyed the story and the connections that they made with each other. Seeing the ways that it was brought to their attention of how, and just the assumptions that people make. And of course, we know that people make assumptions because a lot of people are asses about their relationship, and the way word of mouth travels, the way the gossip engine works, the way people don't know how to mind their own business, seeing how all of that impacts their relationship with each other, as well as their relationship with some of the members of their surviving families. I can't say how the story ends, but I definitely enjoyed it. Now, while I did not read a lot of books in the month of March, I did marathon binge watch one of my favorite series on Netflix, which is The OA. The main character is played by an actress named Britt Marling, who I had never heard of before binging season 1 2 years ago. And the way that the series really works is if you watch each episode back to back. I was not able to like make myself break the episodes up. So for season 1, I started watching it at like 10 something at night, and I watched all 8 episodes and then had so much adrenaline after finishing the episodes that I could not go to sleep. So I did not go to sleep till almost 7 o'clock Saturday morning, the Friday night I started watching that. Well, this time I found out about the season 2 being released, or part 2 as they're calling it, being released the day after it was released. So I started watching it at 5, and I watched all 8 episodes all the way through, and I can happily say that I still love that series. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me talking a lot about that series. I actually saved all of my IG stories from watching that and turned them into an iMovie with the thought that as like a little funny video, I would upload it to my channel. Y'all, that video is 31 minutes long. So I was like, no, that's not happening. But I have to say, it is exceptionally weird. I have 2 extremes: very lighthearted cartoons and comedic series like Big Bang Theory, and then completely to the other end with the weird shit. My in-between is Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel movies. That's pretty much it. So if you're interested in it, I cannot suggest it highly enough. What's funny is I talked about it so much and IG storied my experience of watching it that Didi from Brown Girl Reading said that she was going to watch it, and I did not expect her to get past episode 2. I thought that she was going to watch the first 2 episodes and be like, oh fuck no, Todd, what the hell are you watching? I am not watching this shit. Y'all, she is on episode 5. So I am very proud of her that she is sticking with it. It's not in her wheelhouse, but she is still watching it, and I could not be more ecstatic. And there are people who have watched it who didn't like it, but you watched it. So I'm happy. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I probably at some point during the month of April will binge parts 1 and 2, which is 16 episodes. Would take 16 hours because each episode is an hour. So, but it's so worth it because I really enjoyed that series, and it just makes me want to watch more. If this is the type of weird shit that feeds my I love weird shitness that Netflix is going to put out, we are going to have a very good relationship. But that is it for my activity in the book world and other in the month of March. I'm gonna go. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend, whenever you see this video. Peace out.